Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Monday Night Raw. And we got the final night of the WWE Draft. I'm still looking to confirm, by the way, if Dijak got drafted to Raw. I can't find anything. People say that it's true, that there are pictures going around, that Fightful reported it. Bro, let me tell you, if Dijak got drafted to Monday Night Raw, man, are they fucking loaded? Holy shit. Outside the draft, nothing important happened. We're gonna go over these moves. Key moves. There are some whispers in the IWC that NXT got picked dry, bone dry. False. False. The draft came off lackluster. Better than Friday, though. Much better than Friday. We are going to go over all these moves tonight and dissect each and every one of them on OTS tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it was I guess for April, a scorcher today in New York City. 81 degrees. But in the venue, it's always hot. No matter what day, no matter what season. And as long as you guys got a cold beverage in your hand, it doesn't fucking matter what season we're in. I always got one. And when I get there tonight to join you guys, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for April 29th, 2024. I am your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS venue. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday evenings, wherever you may be. And before I even walk through the doors of the venue, we got a $100 super chat from my guy TVP_83. He says, hey, OTS family, been a rough 24 hours. One of my dogs unexpectedly passed away last night. Hope tonight JD and you guys and girls can help bring the mood up for me from a devastating 24 hours. Love and God bless you all. Hashtag OTS for life. Hashtag I love you, Layla. I'm terribly sorry to hear that, brother. I don't even want to think about it when it comes to my pet babies, my fur babies, and I feel you there. I've gone through it. It's literally one of my biggest fears to sit through that all over again, brother. I appreciate you very much, and we will do our best to bring the spirits up in that household tonight, man. The memories that you made with her, they will live forever, brother. Don't worry, man. You're going to get through it. We all get through it. And we are definitely here for you, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Monday Night Raw tonight. I am looking at WWE's Twitter. I got this thing on refresh. Because I know the supplemental draft is going to happen after the show, just like it did on Friday. When, where, in what capacity, I don't know. But we will keep an eye. The streets on social media are saying that Dijak has been drafted to Monday Night Raw. Now, I don't know. Some people were saying that Fightful Select, Corey Brennan from Fightful, who covers NXT over there, is saying that Dijak got drafted to Monday Night Raw. If Dijak got drafted to Monday Night Raw, then Monday Night Raw is absolutely fucking loaded. And they absolutely walked away the clear-cut winner for the 2024 draft, which overall was a very disappointing and lackluster effort for WWE. But I will say tonight was a lot better than it was on Friday. Friday had absolutely no excitement and barely any movement. Monday night brought some change. Monday night brought some youngsters and some new talent to freshen things up from NXT. And I'm happy to see that Triple H and his team focused on one of the biggest glaring problems in the entire company. And that was the women's division, which needed more depth on both Raw and on SmackDown. And he did just that with some major key moves tonight via the draft. We will go over all of that here tonight on the show. There really wasn't anything major storyline coming out of this show, as we have Backlash on Saturday. I will be live after Backlash concludes right here on the podcast. We will be live on YouTube with the official Backlash post show. But outside that and outside the draft, there really wasn't anything major. No major developments or storylines for Monday night. And the draft is a big reason for that. Yes, I know WWE has been cold lately. They're not as hot as they were. It's tough to be hot. When Roman is off TV, when Rock goes away, when Rhea is hurt, Drew is hurt, Punk is hurt, Rhea is hurt, Rollins is hurt. I mean, that's fucking big. I mean, it's tough to get back and keep that momentum coming out of WrestleMania when you got that many major names injured at the same time. McIntyre will be back. Punk is looking like he's going to be back quicker than advertised. Roman Reigns and The Rock, who knows when they'll be back. Rollins is going to be out most of the year. They got some major key injuries that you really can't replace. But that's a good thing sometimes, because WWE has a lot of young, fresh talent that is now going to have the opportunity to step up. Whereas if that talent was on the TV and on your shows, they might not be given the opportunity as quick as they may have it now. And I always find that to be exciting. And I've said this once, and I'm going to say it again, even though the shows have not been good. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the draft was a success. I'm not going to sit here and tell the shows were good. Nothing mattered. Zero mattered. It's like I watched an episode of fucking Collision. Nothing mattered on this show. But the draft was the thing that we needed to get through. Backlash is the show we need to get through. And as soon as that Raw after Backlash comes, the rosters will lock, and then we can judge WWE television. Right now, they're in this lull. Right now, this is used as, hey, man, let's get all of our ducks in a row and get the plans out and get the pieces on the show that we need. And then we'll worry about everything after Backlash is a nothing show. Backlash is basically WWE setting foot in another country, another major international PLE, and then they'll be back in the States, and then we can get the show back on the road. It's basically all it is. The rosters will lock. We will have a set roster on Raw, a set roster on SmackDown. No more shuffling around. There may be a trade here and there. We got some major, quote-unquote, free agents. We don't know where they're going to land. We still have a supplemental draft going on. I know a lot of people like to be hard on things that haven't played out yet, including me. But I'm going to let this one slide on into next week's Raw. But that doesn't deter me from saying this show sucked. Friday sucked. I wasn't entertained. I wasn't. And that's the WWE way, man. After WrestleMania, they get through with the draft. Everything really is kind of, let's set things in place. Nothing matters. There's a lull, the momentum coming out of Mania, where things wrap up there. It's the end of the season, and the draft is the start of the WWE season. So I don't know why everybody's like, oh my God, WWE's ice cold. I'm losing interest. I mean, how could you lose interest when you look at the fucking roster on Raw now? Give it some time. Yes, the shows have sucked, but there's a reason why they have sucked. I'm not going to give up on them because of 3 bad weeks of television because they were setting up their shows for the rest of the year. In my eyes, this is exactly what AEW should be doing. A draft. Things would feel a lot better. Do I have another bug flying on me? This fucking weather brings out all the bugs. I hate bugs. Seriously. The fuck is flying in my face? Did something fly in my face? Jesus Christ. Let's give it some time. But the shows itself weren't good. Friday wasn't good. Monday wasn't good. Backlash should be good. Hot crowd in France, who's normally not getting a PLE. So we'll wait to see what happens. But there is more to be had here for sure. So we will go over all of everything tonight right here on Off the Script. And I'm talking... I'm talking here, and there are bombs just being dropped in the venue, man. I mean, I guess you guys are thirsty at the bar, huh? Keep those drinks coming. Ian Taylor, David M., and a real legend with $100 super chats. Ian says, was at the show tonight. Raw was okay. Draft was lackluster. Punk McIntyre segments were the best thing on the show. Absolutely. Punk and McIntyre will feed countries when they are both healthy and back on Raw. That feud is going to cook on Monday night this year. Ian, thank you very much, brother. David M. You know, David, this guy's a fucking... I think I may have to give him partial ownership of the venue. JD, you better pop a Blue Chew because this show needs to go hard tonight. David, I don't need Blue Chew, bro. I'm always rock hard. No, pause. A real legend with a $100 super chat. My girl Lyra got drafted LFG. Much love, JD. OTS for life. Real legend. Thank you, bro. Who? Lyra Valkyria. Oh, Valkyria. There you go, man. Unbelievable. A real legend. Thank you, brother. This is... Tay-Tay! Tay-Tay, the Xavier, with a $100 super chat. Night 2 of the draft. Smoked night 1, especially in the last 3 rounds. Triple H did a hell of a job setting up the Raw and SmackDown rosters. I cannot wait to see what he does post-Backlash. Ilya, Drew, Sheamus, Gunther, and Dijak on the same show. Let's cook. Absolutely. Is that what we're saying now? No Diddy? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying now when something questionable is stated? No Diddy? Okay. I don't know, man. Listen, man. I'm an old timer, man. Listen, I'm not like these youngsters out there. Ridiculous. We're gonna go over the draft tonight. I want to thank you guys very much for being here on the post show. You guys are awesome. Already setting the tone. Already setting the tone. Got 2,500 in here. Thank you guys very much. Make sure if you're in here, please hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. The 2,500 in here. There should be no less than 1,000 likes, minimum. That's all I ask. Super chats are open. Clearly, we got one of the best communities in the entire IWC. Clearly, you see. I want to thank Tay-Tay, a real legend, David M., Ian Taylor, and TVP. Thoughts and prayers out to you, brother. Dropping bombs tonight already. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you go check out all last week's content, man. Plenty of it. And this week, we got a brand new week of content, ladies and gentlemen. Starting tonight, clearly, you see me live in the flesh. Tomorrow night, episode 47 of Tuesday Night Titans. And joining me on the show is my guy, Ango. From the Ango Show. Ango will be joining me tomorrow night live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are fans of Ango, great. I'll see you over there. Make sure your beverage is ice cold. You might need a double. If you don't know who Ango is, this is your opportunity to learn about somebody new. And he's already promised me today. He's already promised me today that the show is going to be fire. He's bringing the heat tomorrow. And then Wednesday. And then Wednesday, man. Noon, sharp. It's already scheduled on Twitter. The announcement of the new co-host. Permanent co-host. Who will be debuting May 7th, next week. He will be announced on Wednesday, 12 noon. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the reaction is for this new co-host, man. I really can't wait. Some are saying, well, what are they saying about this thing? What a hologram, what are they saying about this thing? It's a monstrous announcement, right? Tuesday will finally be Titan, right? Oh, you like that? Monstrous. Yeah, I know, man. Listen. It's going to be great, guys. I can't wait for tomorrow night and then the announcement on Wednesday. Make sure you guys check out my sponsor for tonight's show, Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. Now, you guys, listen, I have gone back and forth with Ross on Twitter, just briefly, I will be working with him, I think, this year at some point. We have to make it happen. We have to make it happen. So I know you guys wanted him as a guest. I didn't know how popular he was, honestly. I didn't know how much you guys wanted his voice on the channel. We will try and get something working there for sure. I don't know what it'll be, but we'll figure it out. You guys are fucking crazy, man. I don't know. Listen, I don't know what I have done this month. You guys are ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. David M. with another $100 bomb. Jason Barker with a $100 bomb. And Angel Alaga with a $125 super chat. David says, you know who else doesn't need Blue Chew? Tony Khan, because all he does is screw himself. Trust me, Ango and I will be ranting about Mr. Khan. You guys want my thoughts on the Harvey Weinstein comments tomorrow night? I'm going balls to the wall tomorrow. Trust me. Jason, do you reckon that Liv Morgan was giving Dom walking out of that room? No Diddy. I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say tomorrow on TNT. I don't know what Dom was doing with Liv in the back room, but I'm sure it made all of the virgins online jealous. And Angel Alaga with a 125. It's been a while. Let me join the bomb party. Angel, you're getting a round of applause, bro. You guys are fucking ridiculous. MGM Bullen with a $100 super chat. You know what? I want to be a part of the party. Can't wait to see who the new co-host is. Glad the TNT theme won't be Def Rebel. Listen, man, I don't know what the theme is going to be. I'm just going to run with my generic music for now. I've hit up. Listen, you guys want me to be honest about the theme. I've actually hit up Napalm Records, and I tried to get in communication with the fucking offices that they have in New Jersey here so that I could license This Is War by Alter Bridge, which is the first song off of their latest album, Pawns and Kings, because I think the song would be perfect for the show. Emailed 3 different times. No reply. Hey, man, I'm interested in licensing a song, and I have this, and this is my channel, and this is what I do, and if anybody's out there listening to me, man, I need info. I need somebody to fucking get me in touch with the proper people. Seriously. I don't know what the fuck's going on. How many inquiries they get about licensing music, and none of them are taken seriously. I need some help here. Anyway. No, I would never use Def Rebel on my platform. They are awful. And neither would Randy Orton. Randy Orton had a new theme all ready to go by Def Rebel. He canceled it in 10 minutes, which is something that Ango and I will talk about tomorrow as well. Monday Night Raw. Let's get on with the draft. Starting the show, unfortunately, was Becky Lynch. Or what the streets on Twitter are saying is Becky Hogan. I don't know if she's that bad. But let's give Becky her flowers. Seriously. Can we give Becky some flowers? You don't got to give her the whole bouquet. Give Becky her flowers. Seriously. Becky, honestly, from me to you, haven't been the biggest Becky fan because of the reasons that people are complaining about now. Becky Hogan. I've said it once before. Now everybody's saying it. Go figure. They wanted to cancel me then. Oh, JD's a hater. Now they're all saying the same fucking thing I said 2 years ago. No, but I was the one that needed to be canceled. How many times am I going to be proven right, man? Seriously. You guys going to get the fucking point ever? Becky, within the last, I would say, 400 days, has probably had the best run of her career. Going down to NXT, working with some of the main roster talent. I think Becky has had the best year of her career within the last 400 days, give or take. And I mean that. Becky starts the show, and we see a clip of her winning the Women's World title last week in the terrible Battle Royal that was. Cole noted it was her 7th time winning the championship. So she's in the ring, and she says the man has come back to Kansas City, and Kansas City and Becky Lynch have some history. She said a lot of people say that this is where the man was born. She said she let everyone know this is her show now. And here I stand as your new Women's World Champion nearly 6 years later. And I'm still saying the same damn thing. She thanked the fans and said, I love you guys. She said now that she has the title, she just wants to hold on to it very tightly. But titles aren't meant for holding. They're meant for defending. She said she wants to face the best, and it's time to find a new #1 contender. All of a sudden, Liv Morgan's music hits, and she makes her way out. Liv, she is slowly becoming a heel. Slowly. She gets in the ring and unfortunately has a microphone in her hand. She said, if Becky is looking for a new #1 contender, here I am. She laughed. And this is all because of the injury to Rhea Ripley. Liv says she doesn't want to be handed a title opportunity, but she said she felt Becky owed her one. She said the truth is that the only reason Becky has that title is because of what Liv did to Rhea and what Becky couldn't do at WrestleMania. She said this is the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. I call it the Liv Morgan Cringe Tour. She said she won't stop until she has everything she wants. Becky said she wouldn't be holding the title if it weren't for what she did to Ripley. She said Liv would be holding it, though, if it weren't for what she did to her last week. All of a sudden, Nia Jax interrupts, and Nia Jax is no longer a part of the Raw roster. She's on SmackDown. She got drafted on Friday. She got drafted ahead of AJ Styles. She got drafted ahead of LA Knight. Imagine that. Imagine you being a GM of a wrestling show on Raw and SmackDown, and you opted to choose Nia Jax, willingly chose Nia Jax over AJ Styles, who's the #1 contender for Cody Rhodes and the WWE title, and LA Knight. I get it. They want to make sure the women get equal balance to the men, but let's be real, man. Nobody ever is choosing Nia fucking Jax over AJ Styles, ever. It's the one part of the draft that is absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nia Jax interrupts. The draft doesn't take effect until next week where the rosters lock. So she's eligible to be on Raw tonight because they don't lock until next week. Nia Jax is out there. She says, rude. And she's not talking about ravishing. She said she dominated both of them last week, and she should be champion. And the only reason she's not is because those two teamed up on her. And lucky for them, she got drafted to the superior show, SmackDown. After the draft was over, I don't think that was really the case. SmackDown is by far not the superior show. McAfee said that's not true. She said that's why she was wearing blue and then called the fans dumb idiots. She said she will soon beat Bayley and become the women's champion on SmackDown. She said tonight is her last night on Raw. Fans cheered. Liv cheered. Liv laughed. She said she's talking one of them, or she's taking, rather, one of them with her. Liv knocked her off the apron with a weak running drop kick. And this match apparently was made official for later on in the night. Liv Morgan said she wanted a challenge and she wanted to beat someone so that she could be the #1 contender when she wrestles Becky Lynch. So I'm assuming they were going to do this so Liv can get her victory and then prove to Becky that she's worthy of a title shot. Great. Nobody gives a shit about Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. And who was going to win if they're looking at Becky Lynch's title? There was only one outcome here, and that was Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan is absolutely atrocious on the microphone. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just her playing her character. I don't really grasp what she's going for. But man, the way she just reiterates the lines, the way she projects towards another person that she's speaking to, it is fucking awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It is downright atrocious to listen to. I don't know how anybody could look at Liv and say, yeah, man, she's worthy of a world championship run when she can't do one of the most important aspects that a championship or a champion needs. The promo. If I can't stand listening to you, then why do you think you deserve to be champion? Awful. Becky's no better. And neither is Nia. This opening segment didn't really do anything for me. Coming out of Friday's show, that was a fucking complete disappointment. And then we start the show on Monday with this? I don't get it. I really don't understand. My guy Lewis with a $100 super chat. JD, I leave to Cuba on Wednesday, so I'll miss a couple of shows, but I'll catch the replays of the best motherfucker in the IWC No Competition, OTS for life. You know what, Lewis? My guy Lewis is going away for a little bit. Be safe, brother. Get down there, have a good time. Enjoy yourself. Get back to us safely. Thank you to Lewis for the $100 super chat. Yeah, so Liv is clearly going heel here. I don't know what they're planning, but I'm more interested in the antics of Liv Morgan outside the ring. She said she wants to get everything that she wants. So clearly she's got an eye for Dominic. So I guess whatever Liv wants, Liv gets. And Dominic is going to be a part of that. Listen, man, Dominic is in a sticky situation. On one hand, you got Rhea. But then you got Liv Morgan making advancements on you. What does a young man at that age do? What does a young man at that age do, man, when you got Rhea at home rehabilitating and recuperating from an injury? But then you got Liv Morgan. I don't know, man. Listen, man. These are first world problems for poor Dominic Mysterio. What does he do? I don't know, man. May the Lord be with you. And also with you. No fucking clue. Yeah, Dirty Sanchez. Yeah, Dominic Mysterio. They called him Dirty Sanchez tonight. Yeah, sure. I don't know, man. Listen, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with Liv or Mommy. Seriously. If I was to choose, though, I'm going Liv. It's more my cup of tea. Nothing wrong with that, man. Listen, man. Listen, not everybody like, I'm more of a, Liv is more my cup of coffee, man. Not everybody likes a cup of coffee. They prefer tea. Rhea Ripley. It's fine. Whichever choice he makes, man, you can't go wrong for Dominic Mysterio, man. He's the winner in all this. I'm assuming he's the winner, right? Sure he is. But when Rhea Ripley gets back, I'll tell you what, he ain't gonna be no fucking winner, man. He's gonna have that mustache. That mustache is gonna be ripped off. Big time. Ridiculous. Why not both, says Eric Newton. Listen, Eric, we can't get greedy here, bro. We can't be greedy, okay? You can't have everything. You gotta give or take. You guys, man, of course you'd say, why not both? What's with the greediness? Seriously. Sure, Buddy Matthews is fucking sleeping easy at night now, you know? Moving on. I didn't give a shit about this. Liv is going to win the championship. And like I said this last week during the Battle Royal when everybody's like, oh, why did Becky win the championship? I don't give a fuck because I know it's going right to Liv. Liv is the heel. Liv is playing up the dominant card. She's going to win the championship. Not going to hold it long because when Rhea gets back in about 4 months, that championship is going right back to Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam if she's back by then. So good being a transitional champion for Liv Morgan. They show Jey Uso arriving in the parking lot. He's going to be a part of a big 6-man tag team match later tonight on Raw. Great. Some build to Backlash on Saturday afternoon. WWE Draft finally kicks off with round 1. Stephanie McMahon comes out, and she's out there. She's standing at the podium. She announced, welcome to the 2024 WWE Draft. Raw with the first pick goes with Imperium. Both Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser are going to Raw, staying on Raw. It's a great move. It's a great move. I would not move Gunther over to SmackDown, especially with the roster that they have now. Oh, man. You know, what I'm thinking here, it's not that I don't want to see Gunther as the champion, because he certainly is going to be the champion before all is said and done. But honestly, I think there is a spot in line ahead of Gunther for both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Gunther is my guy. He's my ace. Gunther is absolutely untouchable. If I was any one of these brands, Gunther probably would have been my number 1 pick with Imperium. All of Imperium. Love them. I did say last week, with Gunther coming back to Monday Night Raw, that he'd probably end up winning King of the Ring. And that very well may be the case. But I'm looking at the logistics of how everything is coming about. Punk is going to be back. It looks like he's going to be back sooner rather than later. Whether he's back by Clash at the Castle, I don't know. I don't know. That may be a stretch. But SummerSlam, I think we could really place bets that Punk is going to be back by SummerSlam. He'll be back before then. He'll be back before the build to SummerSlam. When you talk about King of the Ring, I'm having Drew McIntyre, if he's healthy enough, because he's out right now with a badly hyperextended elbow. I am talking about Drew McIntyre winning King of the Ring. And I'm having him win King of the Ring, cashing in on Damian Priest, choosing Damian Priest to get that World Championship back because that's the title that he had taken away from him by CM Punk in 5 minutes, and cashing that in at the Clash of the Castle show. And I'm having him win the World Championship at Clash of the Castle. Just goes hand in hand. Big moment, signed a new contract, 3 years, big money deal. Winning the championship in Glasgow, Scotland. I mean, that's what he signed the deal for. Damian Priest ain't working out as champion. He's not. And Gunther right now, the way that they set this roster up, Gunther has feuds for days. I mean, if you're giving me Dragunov on Monday night, I could watch Dragunov and Gunther fight all fucking year without a championship being on the line. Who gives a shit? Gunther, save Gunther for the Royal Rumble. Save Gunther for the Royal Rumble, because you know what? Cody's going to need an opponent next year. All because Gunther's on Monday night doesn't mean he can't win the Rumble and then go to SmackDown to challenge Cody Rhodes next year for the WWE Championship. Because that's exactly what I'm doing. Cody ain't losing that title this year. Roman Rock, main eventing night 2. Cody Gunther, main eventing night 1. I'm not even having Gunther sniff a World Championship on Monday night until he wins the Rumble next year. So Gunther, King of the Ring, it fits him. I'm giving it to McIntyre. LA Knight maybe wins Money in the Bank, or somebody else wins Money in the Bank. I don't know if they'd give it to LA Knight. I think LA Knight, Logan Paul is the direction for WWE there. Money in the Bank is a little iffy for the men. But I'm having Drew McIntyre win King of the Ring. Cash in at Clash of the Castle, win the championship. SummerSlam, Punk, McIntyre, World Championship. And that is your program that carries Raw. That is going to be your program. I love it. Absolutely love it. SmackDown chooses Jade Cargill. I don't know why Jade was included in the draft, just like I don't know why Braun Breaker was included in the draft. They spent valuable TV time just several weeks ago, hyping up that Nick Aldis signed these two big free agents. I don't know why they didn't really stay on their shows that they were going to. Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis did these things to give them big contracts before the draft. So why were they eligible for the draft? Only to end up back on SmackDown. Jade staying on SmackDown is the right move. She's in more households. She's in more eyes on SmackDown. Her and Bianca is this superhero-like tag team for the women that WWE clearly wants to go in that direction. They are absolutely winning the tag team championships on Saturday night. Who do they defend those championships against over there? I have no fucking clue. No clue. But I don't know why we had Nick Aldis have a segment legitimately a few weeks ago with Jade Cargill on the show, giving her a contract. A storm is coming, only for her to be eligible for the draft. Don't know why we wasted a draft pick here when you already signed her to SmackDown. Logic gap. Big time logic gap. Raw. They choose all of Damage Control. Io Sky, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai all going to Raw. What was the one thing I told you guys that Monday Night Raw needed to fix and put a huge Band-Aid over? The women's division. Man, was this women's division during Rhea Ripley's title run absolutely worthless. The only top-tier opponents that Rhea had was Becky Lynch and maybe Nia Jax. I got to give Nia Jax a couple of flowers. I'm not giving her the whole bouquet, but I'm giving her a couple of flowers. And that's exactly what this move did. He got 4 solid women. Io is now on Raw. You mean to tell me we're getting Io versus Rhea at some point? Io versus Becky at some point? Take my money, bro. Io, Asuka, Kairi, and Dakota. And you know at some point Dakota's going to get booted out of that fucking group. And Dakota may go on her own. And Dakota may be a babyface. I think Damage Control as a group is fucking dead. I have no interest in it. I would like to see all the women, honestly. I don't know why we need a faction of women on Raw when there isn't any other faction to battle against Damage Control. See, that's my problem. What other faction exists on Monday Night Raw right now that's going to battle someone like Damage Control or something like Damage Control? There's nobody. Why do we even have them together? Io would be better off on her own. Asuka would be better off on her own. Kairi would be better off on her own. And Dakota would probably be better off on her own. I hope that this leads to a breakup. Because honestly, after Bayley left and when Io lost the championship, their stock plummeted, and I don't see it ever recuperating. SmackDown gets Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is staying on SmackDown. The yearly tradition of Kevin Owens switching brands stops. And it makes more sense for him to be on SmackDown because he is feuding with the Bloodline. The Bloodline remained on SmackDown. They were drafted in the 3rd round on Friday on SmackDown, and Kevin Owens is teaming with Randy Orton on Backlash Saturday against motherfucking Tonga and Solo Sikoa, the new tribal chief. Maybe that's where we see Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. He may be all over that show. We don't know. Another talent that's not in the draft that may be headed to SmackDown. So Kevin Owens stays on SmackDown. Makes a whole lot of sense logically for him to be over there teaming with Randy. I like it. They continue the storyline with Kevin Owens having a problem with the bloodline. Randy gets his revenge on the bloodline because they never tied that up. Makes sense. Motherfucking Tonga. So that is the draft for round 1 on Monday night. I mean, again, nothing really surprising, but they did aid in one huge glaring problem, and that is the women on Monday night. You got 4 solid women. Are they over? Nah. They're not really generating any heat, but the talent that's there, I mean, it certainly aids in the biggest problem on Monday night, which was the depth in that women's division. They did a big thumbs up for Raw to get all 4 ladies. Gunther. Speaking of Gunther, he went one-on-one with Xavier Woods here on Monday Night Raw. This went almost 20 minutes. Completely one-sided. Completely one-sided. Gunther destroyed Xavier. Now, I know a lot of people have already... This is what I don't really understand. A lot of people have thrown their name in the hat to be in the King of the Ring in May. Gunther's already thrown his name into the hat. Sheamus has thrown his name into the hat. Drew McIntyre has thrown his name into the hat. Can't wait for it. But where are the qualifying matches? Why do we just have talent announcing that they are going to be a part of the King of the Ring tournament? Shouldn't we have, coming out of Backlash, shouldn't we have qualifying matches on Raw and on SmackDown? So as far as I'm concerned, the 4 guys coming out of Monday Night Raw that are going to be in the King of the Ring tournament, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Gunther, and Xavier Woods, because Xavier Woods has thrown his name into the hat because he is the defending king. He was the last one that won the King of the Ring under the Vince McMahon regime, which was awful. I don't know why we don't get qualifying matches. People can qualify for the Royal Rumble, but they can't qualify for the King of the Ring or announce that they're in the Royal Rumble. Why do we got to do the same thing for the King of the Ring? Ridiculous. This match was a complete one-sided affair. They went into commercial break right away. The screen glitched as Gunther was in control here. I did not spend my time investigating what Uncle Howdy did tonight. Maybe one of you sleuths can tell me what exactly happened there with the barcode that was shown on TV. Woods tried fighting back with some chops. Gunther chopped him down viciously. Woods got his ass kicked here. Woods chopped Gunther again off the middle rope. Hit a missile drop kick. Woods' leg got caught in the ropes. Gunther stomped on his knee. Gunther continued to target Woods' leg following another commercial break. And he mocked Woods as he did it because Gunther's a fucking beast. Gunther went for a splash, but Woods got his knees up. Woods then tries to fire back, but Gunther chopped him down and applied a half crab. Kofi was so concerned on the outside that he went to the timekeeper's area and grabbed a white towel, and he was about to throw the towel into the ring a la Bob Backlund against Bret Hart with Owen Hart on the outside. Always remember that. Damn good match that was. Submission match where Bob Backlund had the chicken wing on Bret Hart for about 14 minutes. And Owen convinced his parents at ringside to throw in the fucking towel. Love it. So he was about to throw in the towel, and Woods said, no. Kingston teased throwing in, and Woods begged him not to. Woods almost fought out, but Gunther from the Boston Crab applied an STF, and Woods tapped out. It's pretty one-sided, like I said. Gunther wins. I wonder if this will be a rematch inside the tournament for the King of the Ring. I hope to God that they don't give Xavier Woods his win back. It's going to be very interesting. Kathy Kelly interviewed Jey Uso and asked if he has any feeling or any pressure being Raw's #1 draft pick. He says he's feeling no pressure. And he'll take the belt from Priest, who's going to catch a yeet down at Backlash. Kathy Kelly brought up Logan Paul, who started the show, and basically told Damian Priest that he's going to beat that other Uso at Backlash. What's his name? Ah, yeah, Jey. He says he's glad they signed a Paul brother, but he wishes it was the one with a winning record. Ooh. Oh, man. You mean the other Paul brother that's going to get his ass kicked by Mike Tyson? Great. I'll be watching. I'm still looking for the supplemental draft, guys. I haven't seen anything yet. Did they announce anything? They haven't announced anything yet. No supplemental picks yet. I'm waiting to see if they come in. Round 2 of the WWE Draft, announced by Logan Paul and I Show Speed. Randy Orton beat up I Show Speed and gave him an RKO at WrestleMania. Loved it. Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs was in the crowd. He received a nice ovation. Logan Paul and I Show Speed read the draft picks. Raw picks CM Punk. I don't know why Punk wasn't the first pick. See, this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. This is the fucking logic of the WWE Draft and why people don't take it seriously. Monday Night Raw in the first round chose Imperium. Now, Gunther's my guy. I love Gunther. I love Gunther. But if we're being real, why wouldn't Raw choose CM Punk? Why wouldn't Raw choose CM Punk so that SmackDown doesn't grab Punk before they do? I don't get it. So you mean to tell me that Gunther went to Raw and SmackDown, out of all the men and women on the roster, they didn't go and say, you know what, we're going to go, you going Imperium, I'm going Punk. Are we fucking serious? Are we really choosing Jade Cargill over CM Punk? Little outlandish. Just calling out the bullshit, man. I like to use my brain. Some of the people in the community don't like to use their brain. It's scripted. Yeah, but you look like a fucking idiot. And so do you. So does WWE. If you ain't choosing Punk as number 1 draft pick, I don't know what the fuck we're doing here. Just lessens the value of the draft. So Raw gets Punk. Where's he going? Why was this done? Why didn't Punk go to SmackDown? Well, clearly he's feuding with Drew McIntyre, who is on Raw. He got chosen to stay on Raw. And the other big thing, folks, and here's the kicker, Cody is on SmackDown. Punk is the star of Raw now. So now they got Cody and Punk. Cody on SmackDown Friday night, Punk on Raw Monday night. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they need a face. A lot of that has to do with the fact that they need an ace, and that ace is CM Punk. SmackDown. They go and pick the Pride. Who? Oh, Bobby Lashley. Oh, man, did they ever mention them by name on the show? I don't think so. Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford, and the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. It's fine. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, but, I mean, yawn, snore, Z. String of Z's. Who cares? Bobby Lashley and the Pride have not made an impact at all. Raw. Raw goes and picks Braun Strowman, who's back. Now we got the Strowman Express back on Monday Night Raw. Whee! The Strowman Express is back. We can bring the Strowman Express back to the podcast, man. That's great. That's great. You know how many fucking jokes have gone out the window, man? Because everybody's now, being booked better and they're out with injury, right? The Strowman Express is back. Great. We can bring back, I had to get rid of fucking Pete Dunne, right? He's no longer, but let me at him. Let me at him, school. I gotta kill all my jokes. So now we got the Strowman Express back. That's great. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. I know. Yes, no, I'm not going to fall out of my chair this time, okay? This is a good chair. Can't do Raquel anymore. They wouldn't be in good spirits to make fun of Raquel, man. She's having a tough time. So Braun Strowman's back on Monday Night Raw. Looks like he's healthy and back and ready to go. I don't know what the fuck he's going to be doing, but listen, man. Strowman Gunther, we've seen it already, though. Strowman Dijak. Strowman Bronson Reed. Hey. I said it once, way back when. I'm going to say it again, man. Before Strowman got hurt, I thought WWE was actually booking him pretty decently. So we'll see what happens. Ricochet is still on Raw, too. They can get them back together. That was a makeshift tag team, even though I don't really think that would benefit either guy. They could always go back to that. So we'll see what happens there, man. Braun Strowman is on Monday Night Raw, staying on Raw. And SmackDown chooses Tiffany Stratton. Michael Cole said this isn't a traditional draft because sometimes you have to keep who's already on your roster to keep them from going to the other brand. Great. Thank you, Michael Cole. I don't know why they would I don't know why Raw wouldn't have chosen Tiffany Stratton. Just me. Tiffany Stratton stays on SmackDown. She is absolutely going to be a major player on Friday night, and I would not doubt she wins that world championship this year at some point. So, after the end of this draft round, Logan Paul walks to the ring. Logan's got a microphone that says, Jey made a mistake leaving the bloodline because he's incapable of becoming champion alone. As he began to talk about Backlash, all of a sudden, Jey Uso interrupts. He gets in the ring, and Jey says Logan has predictions for Backlash, but he wanted to hear if Kansas City thinks he can beat Priest. So, obviously, Kansas City said, yeet. He asked if they think he can knock the yeet out of Logan. Fans said, yeet. Logan said, listen, I've been yeeting since 2017. Little brother Jey, you trying to roast me? He said he got kicked out of the bloodline, but that's the difference between them. Me and my bloodline, we tight, he said. So all of a sudden we got JD McCrispy out there and Finn Balor. They walk out. Logan said Jey's vocabulary consists of just yeet and oos. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Balor and McDonough, McFish, then attacked Jey. As they stomped away at him, Logan rolled to ringside and then put Mahomes' Super Bowl rings on his right hand and shrugged his shoulder. Now, I'm genuinely curious if Mahomes actually handed Logan Paul his Super Bowl rings to use in this instance. I don't know why he would, because I know I wouldn't. Just me. So Logan, with a fistful of rings, Super Bowl rings from Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Logan entered the ring, swung at Jey. Jey ducked, and he hit J.D. McFlurry. Side of granola. McFlurry. He went down. All of a sudden, Braun Strowman walked to the ring. He gets in there, and the monster among men, or what are they calling him now? The monster amongst monsters? He chokeslammed Finn Balor. He almost dropped him. Chokeslammed him. Braun Strowman, says Michael Cole, looks bigger than ever. So all of a sudden, he is now dwarfing Logan Paul, and Logan Paul runs away in fear of Braun Strowman. So the Strowman Express on this night did not leave the station, and I guess is running late. But he did stop and say hello to Patrick Mahomes, who was there with a couple of his boys. And Jey Uso says, no. And we'll get him next time. Let's worry about this other guy. What are they doing here? What are they doing with Braun Strowman? How do they reintroduce Braun Strowman on Monday night? What do they put him in? What type of storyline do they put him in? Because Logan Paul is on SmackDown. They're clearly not going to feud with Logan Paul. This was a one-night thing. What does Braun Strowman do moving over to Monday Night Raw? And how do you place him on Monday nights? What do you have him do? Is he going to be feuding with Judgment Day now? I don't really have any desire to see that, but we will see how they treat Braun Strowman. I guess Jey Uso is going to need some backup. Braun Strowman may just be that for Jey Uso. In fact, yes, Uncle Howdy. I don't. Braun Strowman really, honestly, doesn't fit anywhere. I would absolutely put Braun Strowman with Uncle Howdy. Seriously. But they opted to bring him back here. I don't know how they're going to reintroduce Howdy and how they're going to reintroduce if it's going to be a Wyatt 4 or a Wyatt 6. I have no idea. I would absolutely put Braun Strowman in that group or in that little universe, in that world. Because I don't really see him fitting anywhere else. I think the Braun Strowman that we have been seeing on television before the injury and now after the injury is the same Strowman. It's been done to death. It's not interesting anymore. I'd love to see him kind of assume that role. He's bigger, he's better, he's stronger, he's more knowledgeable now. To see him in that role, I think it would fit him very well and give him something fresh to do. Chad Gable. He told R-Truth he drives a hard bargain and he won't regret it. Miz walked in and asked if he heard that right, that Truth just agreed to a World Championship title defense tonight against the Alpha Academy. Truth said Gable told them they do one now and then get two later, like the candy. Miz said, what? Truth says he thinks they could be drafted into the NFL and play for the Chiefs. Miz told Truth it's the WWE Draft, not the NFL Draft. My bad, says Truth. Miz brought up Mahomes. Truth said, oh, the insurance guy. I can get a bundle on my house. Truth then walked away. I don't know why I laughed at that, but I did. Gable told Miz he's got quite the negotiator there. Someone then punched Gable. The camera looked over, and it was Sami Zayn. Michael Cole said, Sami learned, go get him before they get you. That Sami and Gable feud is going to cook. Believe me. Kathy Kelly interviewed Booker T backstage. She asked for his analysis of the WWE Draft so far. Why the fuck do we care what Booker T has to say? Shucky, ducky, quack, quack. Go back to NXT. He said Jade Cargill on SmackDown is a game changer. Oh, man, there's that word again, man. That game changer. Damian Priest staying on Raw is a game changer. He said it's a big break for Raw that they also got Punk. That's big. That's huge. Yeah, sure it is. So all of a sudden we see Drew McIntyre walk up and ask Booker T, did I just hear you say that about CM Punk? He said it's not 2010 anymore, Booker. Said he got hurt after one match, whereas he won the world title at WrestleMania. So Booker T says, you mean the world championship that right now is not around your waist? Drew said Booker knows what happened and how he feels about Punk. Then he looked over at Booker and said, Booker, you're a changed man, bro. You're a changed man. You're not the same guy. Sami Zayn versus Bronson Reed. By the way, at this point in the show, Drew McIntyre has not been drafted yet. Not been drafted. It's crazy. Sami Zayn. He went one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Intercontinental title on the line. This was not so much of an outcome here. This was more to set up what is going to happen moving on after the draft. It's all about Gable and Zayn. Bronson Reed is just a piece on the chessboard. That's all it is. 8 minutes. These guys are worth so much more than 8 minutes. I know they can put a banger of a match on, but this was muddied with commercials and a fuck finish that really is focusing on Gable and Zayn and not Bronson Reed and Sami Zayn. Zayn hit a dive and went for a flying crossbody, but Reed caught him and hit a power slam, followed up by a senton. Sami Zayn, after a commercial break, we come back from the break, and Sami Zayn is fighting back, but Reed catches Zayn in a uranage. Goes for a cover, gets a 2 count. Then hits a sit-out powerbomb for a 2. Sami Zayn kicks out. Bronson Reed hit a shoulder tackle off the apron, and he slipped back into the ring. Zayn nailed him with a haluva kick. So, Reed hits a shoulder tackle off the apron. He's trying to go out the ring and into the ring, and Zayn nails him with the haluva kick. Zayn went for the cover. Chad Gable all of a sudden shows up and grabbed him, physically got into the ring, grabbed him by the waist, and hit a German suplex and caused this match to end in a disqualification, giving Sami Zayn the victory over Bronson Reed. So Chad Gable put Sami Zayn in an ankle lock, and after he let go, Bronson Reed flattened Sami Zayn with a tsunami off the top rope. Gable then posed with the IC title. So Reed took care of Gable with a Death Valley driver, and Reed posed with the belt. So Bronson Reed ain't going nowhere. Bronson Reed still wants the Intercontinental Championship. He still wants Sami Zayn, and it looks like we have a triangle of talent going after that IC title. I don't know where Bronson Reed's going to fit in, honestly. It's all about Sami Zayn and Gable. Sheamus is on Raw. You know he's going to factor into that. Who else? Braun Breaker could factor into that. Dijak now on Raw. Supposedly he's going to factor into that. That IC title picture on Raw is going to look fantastic. It is. This may be the best the Intercontinental Championship title picture has looked in a very long time. Very long time. Dragunov. Oh, man. Take my fucking money. This Chad Gable heel turn is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait to see Perk Gable. Seriously. It's going to be great. Still no supplemental picks yet. Maybe they'll save it for tomorrow. Who knows? Round 3 of the WWE Draft here on Raw. Raw picks. The LWO. Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, Zelina Vega, and Carlito. The LWO is on SmackDown. Thank God they moved them off, on Raw, rather. Thank God they moved them off SmackDown. They are now on Monday Night Raw. Carlito is an interesting one because Carlito turned on Rey Mysterio Friday night. Santos Escobar showed the footage that Carlito was the one that attacked Dragon Lee before WrestleMania, removing Dragon Lee from the WrestleMania tag team match with Rey Mysterio. Carlito is no longer a part of the LWO, so it looks like we'll be picking up the Rey Mysterio and Carlito feud on Mondays. Not sure many people will care. But Carlito being a heel is much better than Carlito, the babyface. In one of the best moves of the entire draft, the LWO goes to Raw, and Legado del Fantasma stays on SmackDown. We have officially moved on from the LWO versus Legado del Fantasma. So when people say, oh, not much happened during the draft tonight. Now, how long have we seen this LWO versus Legado feud? Gotta be about 9 months now, man. Every fucking week. The fact that they are now on separate shows, I mean, that gets a thumbs up from me, man. Holy shit. Now they'll move on to another pointless feud for 9 months. The LWO will probably feud with fucking Judgment Day for the rest of the year. SmackDown gets Santos Escobar, Elektra Lopez, Angel, and Berto. Great. Monday Night Raw selects Drew McIntyre. Obviously, you know why he stayed on Raw. Obviously. He wants the World Championship, and CM Punk is on Raw, so that one made all the sense in the world. And SmackDown selects Shinsuke Nakamura. See, this one confused me. I don't know why. And I said this, I think I said this on Friday as well, or before Friday. I don't know why Shinsuke Nakamura didn't get drafted to NXT. I would have left him in the supplemental picks. Let's be honest, he's dead. There's no allure to Nakamura anymore. There is no desire to see Nakamura. I mean, he's done decent with this heel turn. They used him when they needed him to give Rollins an opponent and give Rollins some victories towards the end of last year. He feuded with Cody in a nothing feud to give Cody something to do on the road to WrestleMania. I mean, Nakamura hasn't done anything. I don't know why. We basically should have switched Baron Corbin, who got called up. Baron Corbin's on SmackDown, and now Nakamura's on SmackDown. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Get ready. Get ready. It's like Vince McMahon's era all over again. I would have moved Nakamura back down to NXT, man. If there's one main roster guy that could have used a complete redo, a complete makeover, a complete fresh coat of paint, it is Shinsuke Nakamura. Don't know why he didn't get moved down to NXT. I don't. I think that would have benefited him greatly, especially with the talent that they lost. Adding somebody like that down there could have been a great move. I don't know. It's just a little bizarre to me that they moved Nakamura from Raw to SmackDown, and now he's on SmackDown where we've seen it, we've done it. He's feuded with everybody over there. He's feuded with AJ. He's feuded with Cody. There's nothing for him to do there. There's nothing for him to do. What exactly are we going to get on SmackDown that we didn't get on Raw? I'll move down to NXT probably. It still could happen. Don't get me wrong. They could trade. Trades could happen. I hope that's one of the trades that they are pondering. I don't see how Nakamura benefits SmackDown at all. I don't. So that is the third round for the draft. So Raw gets LWO, SmackDown gets Legado, Raw gets McIntyre, and then SmackDown chooses Nakamura with the fourth pick. All of a sudden, McIntyre, he entered. The APA announced these picks, by the way. John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, and Ron Simmons. He wondered if APA had been drinking since Friday because it was stupid he was only getting picked in the third round. And McIntyre said Punk was no longer anti-establishment. He was a corporate ass kicker. Ass kisser. Not ass kicker. Ass kisser. McIntyre congratulated Punk on finally accomplishing something. Punk fractured his elbow at WrestleMania. However, unlike Punk, McIntyre showed up every week because he's a real man. All of a sudden, Punk's music hit. McIntyre looked around. Punk appeared in the luxury box, in one of the suites up in the luxury box. And I'm not sitting at home, he yells at Drew McIntyre. I'm right here, you little bitch. So McIntyre was clearly upset. We got loud CM Punk chants. Ron Simmons wound up and said, damn, over the fact that Punk called McIntyre a little bitch. McIntyre ran through Gorilla and went to go find where CM Punk was in the luxury box. That feud is going to be the best thing on Monday night, isn't it? It already is. It already is, man. WWE is going to be cooking this summer, believe me. Might be slow now, might be a little lethargic now, but I do think that they will end up cooking. I'm excited for this Raw. I'm excited for this Raw roster, honestly. Should be great. Backstage, Gable walked up to Akira Tozawa, Otis, and Maxine Dupree. Maxine was proud of having 2 eliminations last week. Great. She lost. She said, finally, she's got some momentum. He asked to see where the belt was. I didn't see you standing here with a championship belt. Gable's savage, man. Hey, listen, you got 2 eliminations, but you're a fucking loser. He asked if she wants him to celebrate mediocrity and then called her pathetic. Tell me when Gable is telling lies. You can't. He then looked over at Tozawa and warned Tozawa not to do that dance and told him and Otis to go out and win a championship because they got a tag team title match against Miz and R-Truth. Ivy Nile walked in and was comforting Maxine because she basically knew that Gable was being a prick. You got a match. Let's go warm up. Kathy Kelly interviewed Braun Breaker backstage about being drafted to Raw. I'm excited for Braun Breaker. Hopefully they stop treating him like a fucking Goldberg clone and let the guy go out and wrestle. He said Adam Pearce knows he's the best possible pick for Raw because he's there to take over. Sheamus walked in, told him to save his breath for his porridge. He says he's a big fan, and he is going to have banger after banger after banger. He said Braun Breaker reminded him of a young Sheamus. Are we looking at a Braun Breaker-Sheamus feud on Raw? Sign me up, bro. This is where my bathroom break had finally commenced. Honestly, did my camera go out? My camera went out. Why did my camera go out? Here we go, Sony. My camera's going out now. It's great. Oh, man, my camera's overheating because it's so fucking hot in here. Sorry about that. Let's see how long this lasts. My bathroom break commenced here. Candace LeRae versus Maxine Dupree went 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Did anybody care about this? As long as you guys can still hear me, we're all good. Did anybody care about this at all? Maxine did the same fucking moves that she did last week. I need something new, honey. You should be adding a new move every week. Yeah, we get it. You can do a perfect plex. That's great. It's fantastic, man. Ivy Nile out there with her. She got blasted into the steel post by Indy Hartwell. This distraction gave LeRae the open to take over. She kicked Maxine and then used her finish, which is called the Wicked Stepmother, and the camera went out again. That's great. I'm going to have a problem with the entire fucking show. I may have to do it without the camera now. You see this? My camera is now overheating. This is fantastic. This is fantastic stuff, man. Oh, man. That means wrap it up. Wrap it up. LeRae wins in 2 minutes. Who gives a shit? There were 2 women that needed to be moved back down to NXT to replenish that division after you called up some of the ladies down there. Would have been Candace LeRae and Indy Hartwell. They should have moved back down to NXT. Indy Hartwell should have never gotten called up in the first place from NXT. Kathy Kelly interviewed Rey Mysterio. With the rest of LWO, obviously, minus Carlito. She asked about the betrayal of Carlito to Dragon Lee and Carlito on Rey. Rey says he has a lot of mixed emotions, but they're happy to be on Raw. He says he doesn't know why Carlito did what he did, so they have unfinished business. Dominic Mysterio walked in and called Rey a geezer. It's not any way to talk to your father. It's a Judgment Day run Raw. It's great. With Dominic and Rey on the same brand again. Oh, man. Judgment Day run Raw. He asked, what's on his lip? Rey asked Dominic, what's on your lip? And then called him Dirty Sanchez. And here I thought the toilet humor was gone when Vince was fired. Why are we using old Vince-isms on Raw? It's great. Dominic did not take kindly to the comment and told Rey he's lucky he's not cleared. Not sure what a one-armed Dominic was going to do with the entire LWO there, but here we are. CM Punk. Finally, something to sink my teeth into here. CM Punk. Punk's music played. He made his entrance. And all of a sudden, they showed Drew barging into the luxury suites looking for Punk. All of a sudden, we hear CM Punk's theme music go off. He's walking into the ring. He's making his entrance. Now McIntyre's up in the luxury box, where before Punk was up there and McIntyre was down on the floor. Now it's reversed. So he finally finds the luxury box that Punk was in, and he sees a signed photo of Punk, and he messages it to Drew. So Punk gets into the ring. Drew's obviously wide-eyed when his music goes off. Punk is in the ring with a microphone and says, I don't want to waste Kansas City's time here, so I'm going to speak less than the length of the time Drew was champion. So he's limiting himself to less than 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Pat, time me. Looks over at Pat McAfee and tells Pat to time him with a stopwatch. Punk sat middle of the ring, normally like he does with his legs crossed. Normally, I would ask at this time, do I have your attention now? But you can see he's had his attention for quite some time. You're like an ex-girlfriend I can't quite get rid of. He said Drew prayed he'd get injured, but then he cost Drew the title. He said Drew is only good for tweeting, which is why he was drafted before him. He says he's not mad because Drew has given him purpose. He said he was drafted before him because it's simple economics. He's the best in the world, in the ring, on the microphone, and on commentary. No offense to Michael Cole or Pat McAfee, he says. McAfee interjected a time. It was about 2 minutes and something. McAfee clocked him in at 2 minutes and 37 seconds. He said he's on Raw to make Drew's life a living hell when he is cleared. He didn't even need all the 5 minutes. Guy went 2 minutes and 37 seconds to bury Drew McIntyre. This feud is going to cook big time. Can't wait. And wasn't even expected. It came about because of the injury. Imagine that. Just think about the logic here, the logistics of it. It was supposed to be Punk and Rollins. McIntyre, nothing to do with this. And all because of the injury in the Royal Rumble. Not only did it give McIntyre greater purpose, because more than likely he was going to feud with Sami Zayn going into the fucking show, WrestleMania, but it also kept Punk at probably better than what he's doing with Rollins. They'll probably revisit Punk and Rollins somewhere down the line when both are healthy. But man, did this give McIntyre greater purpose. And did this fucking ignite the Punk that we needed on Monday Night Raw. Love it. This feud's going to fucking be great. I can't wait to see. When we're in the thick of this, I can't wait to see these two guys go at it. It's going to be fucking great. Round 4 of the WWE Draft. Teddy Long, player. Out there with Alundra Blaze. Punk is out there. She hugged Punk, did Alundra. And kissed Alundra on the cheek, did Punk. Raw with the first pick of round 4. They go with Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and J.D. McCaffey is on the show. They are staying on Monday night. Now, you're probably asking, well, where's Damian Priest? Holla holla, player. He's the world champion. Champions are exempt from being drafted. They are protected. So Damian Priest was on the show anyway, so Judgment Day is staying with their world champion. What about Rhea Ripley? What about Rhea Ripley, player? Rhea Ripley's going to Raw. I'm including her in this because there is absolutely nowhere else for this woman to go but Raw, because she gave up a championship that she never lost and has a built-in feud with Liv Morgan. So for all the fucking geeks online, oh, well, Rhea, she didn't get drafted. Yes, she did. She ain't going nowhere. She's going right to Raw. You think they're going to draft her to SmackDown and leave the feud with Liv Morgan just open-ended? Come on now, man. Use your brain, player. JD McDouble. Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio stay on Raw. SmackDown picks Naomi. Now, I don't know why Naomi didn't end up on Raw, but the only thing honestly, I don't know what else she could do on SmackDown, but the only thing I'm thinking of is Jimmy's on SmackDown, the Bloodline's on SmackDown, so Naomi's staying with her husband. Raw picks Ilya Dragunov. They cut to the Performance Center where he cheered up, hugging Shawn Michaels. Michaels gave him a red Raw hat. Dragunov was excited that he got drafted to Monday Night Raw. If you don't know what Ilya Dragunov brings to the table, I tell you right now, man, you may have found your new favorite pro wrestler. You talk about intense. Oh, my goodness. This guy is going to bring a clinic weekly to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw is clearly the professional wrestling show. Love it. This was rumored before we got into tonight. It happened. Carmelo Hayes is on SmackDown. Dragunov on Raw. They were reportedly a lock for this year's draft, and both got drafted. Ilya Dragunov is on Raw. Love it. SmackDown picks Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And Chelsea Green now gets to complain to a new general manager. Who gives a shit? Unless they make Chelsea Green into an actual pro wrestler and less of a comedic wrestler, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven will probably feud with Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill for months so that they present Jade and Bianca as an unstoppable duo. It's probably where they're going with that. Hour 3. Liv Morgan and Nia Jax. Again. I needed another bathroom break, and this was perfect for me. Nia Jax is on SmackDown. She got drafted on Friday. Ahead of LA Knight and AJ Styles. Liv Morgan is staying on Raw. Liv Morgan wants a win so that she can prove to Becky Lynch that she deserves a championship match. Gee, I wonder who's going to win this one. We got a commercial break. 2 minutes in. Tiffany Stratton sitting at ringside. She is blowing a kiss to the camera. She's making all the geeks out on social media. Oh, man, Tiffany. Can that be me? No, it can't. So Liv went for a slide kick. Jax grabbed her legs and swung her into the announce that it looked awful. I mean, Liv went for a sliding basement drop kick. I mean, it's almost like she missed the fucking bag by 2 feet. She gets thrown into the announce desk. We go to commercial break. We come back from break. Jax gave Liv Morgan a Samoan drop. Liv countered Jax headfirst into the middle turnbuckle. Liv stomped Jax in the back and scored a 2 count. Jax came back with a spine buster. She set up for the Annihilator. Liv stood up and powerbombed her to the mat for a 2. Stratton is at ringside, still reacting to this very, very mediocre match. Naomi attacks Stratton in ringside. So it looks like Naomi obviously continuing her feud with Tiffany Stratton as they battle Bayley in a triple threat match in France on Saturday afternoon. So Naomi attacked Stratton in ringside, tossed her into the ringside area. Jax attacked a distracted Liv in the ring, and Naomi threw Stratton into the announce desk and then landed a running punt kick from the ring apron. Jax knocked Naomi off the ring apron. Liv then gave a distracted Jax a springboard codebreaker, and then Oblivion for the win. Liv's offense is fucking weak. I don't know what else to tell you about. Listen, I know there are Liv Morgan fans out there. I get that Liv Morgan has a very rabid fan base. But if she's going to be the world champion and she's going to be the face of this division until Rhea Ripley gets back, I mean, she's got to start wrestling like it. She's got to be intense. And she's got to fucking be the promo that we need. I don't see anything from Liv Morgan that screams champion to me. I don't. I don't know how you guys feel about it. And listen, I know the Liv Morgan stands don't want to hear it, but I'm going to fucking be blunt and I'm going to be honest with you because that's exactly how I built my fucking reputation. You don't like it? Kiss my fucking asshole. Liv Morgan is a transitional champion. She's only going to get the championship because Rhea Ripley never lost it. And because Liv injured Rhea, the built-in story is there. It doesn't make any sense with anybody else. How do you feel that your girl is basically a champion, holding that championship, keeping it warm for the woman who's going to come back and win it? I mean, great. You get your conclusion and you get your story played out and this and that. I'm more interested in Liv manipulating Dominic and taking Dominic away from Rhea. Never mind the fucking championship. I'm more interested in the story they tell with that. Liv as a champion, you ain't going to get a fucking lick of interest out of me at all. And this was basically Liv needing a win. Because Nia's not on Raw anymore. She's not factoring into the Women's World Championship. What exactly do you disagree with in the chat? What do you disagree with? You disagree that Liv is going to be a transitional champion? I love how people, I disagree with JD. Yet they don't, as this fucking camera keeps going out. Yet these people, they don't give me a reason. They don't give me an explanation as to what they don't agree with. What don't you agree with? Am I wrong? I'm hardly wrong. I don't get everything right, but I'm hardly wrong. This fucking camera's pissing me off. Liv Morgan wins in 10 minutes. Backstage, Kathy Kelly asks Booker T for his latest thoughts as we give a shit about Booker T. The camera clearly agrees with fucking my take on Liv Morgan, too. It keeps going out. He wondered who was next. He wondered if it'd be Trick Williams or Roxanne Perez. It can't be Roxanne Perez or Trick Williams, Booker, because they are champions and they are protected. Did you read the rules, bruh? He clearly didn't read the draft rules. He congratulated Dragunov, and she thanked Booker. He then turned to Pierce, or she turned to Pierce, and this camera keeps going out. Listen, man, the camera's overheating. I don't know what to do, man. It was fucking hot. It's hot in here. It's fucking hot in here. He says he's celebrating that SmackDown picked Chelsea Green, and that she will have to now complain to another GM. Great. WWE Draft, Round 5. Bully Ray and Devon Dudley. The Dudleys make their way out to the stage, and they announce the next picks. Raw gets Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. Not much movement there. SmackDown picks Pretty Dead Lee. Pretty Deadly. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince. Great. Monday Night Raw then picks Lyra Valkyria. Who? Becky, mini Becky. Lyra Valkyria. There you go. Lyra Valkyria. They cut to Valkyria reacting with tears. I don't really think that she knew at all. Michaels gave her a hug, gave her a Raw hat. Lyra Valkyria is going to Monday Night Raw. So she's on the same brand as Rhea Ripley and Io and Asuka and Kyrie and Becky, Liv. Monday Night Raw has a stacked women's division now. It's one of the glaring problems that they needed to address, the women's division. Great. Love it. She's going to add a lot. I don't know how over she's going to be. She's dull and has no charisma, but she's a good wrestler. Hopefully they know what they're doing with her. SmackDown picks Candace LeRae and Indy Hartwell. I don't know why they didn't get moved back down to NXT, but they're going to SmackDown, and good luck over there. Don't really understand it, but SmackDown's getting Candace LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Awesome Truth. Are we doing supplemental picks? I see some people mentioning some picks in the chat. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All right, breaking news here as my camera hopefully stays with me. The final picks of the 2024 draft. The Creeds with Ivy Nile are staying on Raw. Good. Because Gable's going to need a new Alpha Academy, and the Creeds going heel are the perfect candidates for that. Giovanni Vinci is going to SmackDown. So it looks like he's going and getting a singles run on SmackDown. I was thinking that they may move him back down to NXT, but I'm glad that he's going to SmackDown. Vinci is a great wrestler. I think he's fantastic. I hope he kills it. I wonder if we're going to see the gimmick that he had in NXT now brought back to the main roster. Clearly, they see something in him. Monday Night Raw is getting some strong boys. The new Catch Republic, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are going to Raw. You mean to tell me that Monday Night Raw has Gunther, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Ilya Dragunov, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and Dijak? Man, oh man. Holy shit. Bro, that mid-card, the talent on Monday Night Raw is fucking ridiculous. Monday Night Raw, the mid-card on Monday Night Raw is like NXT Black and Gold all over again. It's fucking crazy. And Tegan Nox stays on SmackDown. I believe she was on SmackDown, right? Who gives a fuck? I don't know why Tegan didn't move back down to NXT. They could use her in NXT. Dijak is coming to Raw. That is crazy. I am most excited. One of the biggest moves to me is Dijak going to Raw. And that goes to show you exactly what Triple H thought of Dijak, man. Love it. He's going to kill it. Dijak is fucking great, man. Love it. Apollo Crews stays on SmackDown. Who gives a shit? He could have moved back down to NXT too. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance staying on Raw. And then Natalya staying on Raw. Who cares? I would have moved Natalya back to NXT. Odyssey Jones! Oh, man, he's staying on Raw! Oh, shit! Odyssey Jones! Maybe this year, he'll get used. Maybe. Guy was never used once since being called up last year. Surprised he didn't get fucking released. Honestly. Odyssey Jones is on Raw. So we got the Creeds and Ivy Nile, New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Dijak, Kaden Carter, Katana Chance, Natalya, and Odyssey Jones landing on Raw, Giovanni Vinci, Tegan Nox, and Apollo Crews going to SmackDown. Love it. So that is your supplemental draft. I don't know if there will be trades. I don't know if there will be any other maneuvers in the week leading up to the rosters being locked. But we got most of the draft taking place tonight. Finished. There you go. Love it. Vinci versus Nakamura. There you go. There's something new for him to work with. For sure. Bro, we got Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, Gunther, Dragunov, McIntyre, Sheamus, Gable, Zayn, Reed, Dijak. Where's Omos? Who? Braun Breaker's on. I mean, this is the mid-card on Raw is fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Love it. Moving on. Let's pick up the pace here. Awesome Truth against Otis and Tozawa. World Tag Team title match. Miz and Truth winning about 4 minutes. So we got Otis in control of Miz. He delivered a caterpillar into the elbow drop. Tagged in Tozawa, who leapt off the top rope with the senton. Miz lifted his knees. Miz followed with a skull-crushing finale attempt. Otis countered. R-Truth tagged in. Truth and Miz put Tozawa away with the Truth-crushing finale, which is their tag team finish. 1, 2, 3, and they retain the tag team titles. Great. Backstage, Dominic Mysterio told the rest of Judgment Day he can't believe they fell to the last round. Priest says they kept trying to help him and failed because they didn't talk to him first. He says he doesn't need their help to beat Jey. So JD McDouble showed his forehead. He was covered in blood and bruises because of what happened when he was punched with Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl rings. Judgment Day is in some deep shit, huh? Backstage, Becky congratulated Liv on her win. Damage Control surrounded Becky. Said that they'd be seeing her now on Monday. Great. She won't be champion for long. And round number 5. I believe this was number 5, right? Oh, no, 6. This was round 6 of the draft. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce read the final round of picks. Round 6 for the WWE Draft. Raw drafts the final testament. That means everybody. Scarlett, Paul Ellering, Karrion Kross, and the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. Who are they going to feud with? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll feud with Judgment Day. SmackDown picks Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So DIY is going over to SmackDown. Maybe they'll have better luck for the tag team titles over there. Johnny Gargano is going over there. Candace LeRae was moved over there, so clearly they're keeping them together. We may see them as a heel group. That Candace and Indy are now over there. We may see The Way. I don't know. Austin Theory's over there. We may see a reformation of The Way. Maybe Dexter Lumis joins them. Who knows? Where is Dexter Lumis? Is he even still employed? So they're moving over there. I would rather see Tommaso Ciampa on his own, but that's just me. But right now, DIY moving over to SmackDown together. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Bronson Reed, he's staying on Raw. He gets picked by Raw in the final round here, 6th round. And SmackDown picks up Blair Davenport. She is an NXT talent that everybody is going to love as well. I think that's going to be awesome. Nobody really knows a lot about her. She didn't really do much of anything in NXT. But adding her to the main roster with the level of experience that she has, she's going to get over. She's got a great look. She's very good in the ring. And Shawn Michaels hugged her as it was a genuine shock. Both her and Lyra Valkyria had genuine surprise looks. I know Carmelo and Ilya probably were given a heads up that they're going to the main roster. I don't think Lyra and Blair Davenport knew that they were going to the main roster. Genuine reactions to them getting called up. Great thing to see. So Blair Davenport's going to SmackDown. If you don't know Blair Davenport or anything that she does, you're gonna like what you get on SmackDown. Very good pick for Friday night. Main event, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and J.D. McRib against Jey Uso, Ricochet, and Andrade. I didn't really care for this because all we know is Jey Uso and Damian Priest are the World Championship match, or is the World Championship match at Backlash. And I didn't really give a shit about any other of the guys in this match. Andrade, directionless. Ricochet, directionless. McDonough and Balor, I don't care. So we go into a commercial break, about 90 seconds into the match, a bunch of dives, and we get Judgment Day in control after the break. Priest work over Ricochet before kicking Jey off the apron. Andrade tried to get back in, which distracted the referee long enough for McDonough and Balor to get some shots in on Ricochet. Ricochet gave McDonough a recoil, made the hot tag to Jey, who knocked Priest off the apron before hitting Balor with right hands, thrust kick, uppercut, enziguri. Jey hit Balor with a flying crossbody, but McDonough broke up the cover. Andrade hit McDonough with a back elbow before Priest kicked Andrade and planted Ricochet with a flatliner. Priest tagged himself in, clotheslined Jey. Jey slipped out of a razor's edge. and hit a Samoan drop. Dominic then distracted the referee as Jey went to the top rope. Priest was going to chokeslam Jey off the top, but McDonough stepped in and shoved Jey off the top, thinking that he was doing a good job. Priest was annoyed, yelling at JD, I got him! You fucking McFish! I got him! I had him! Priest and McDonough argued. Jey super kicked Priest into Balor. Jey then super kicked Priest again and super kicked McDonough too. Balor was tagged in at some point, but I think Priest just knocked into him and knocked him off the apron. Jey gave Balor a spear. I guess the referee counted that. I thought it was an inadvertent shot, but I guess it was a tag. Jey gave Balor a spear and a splash for the win. They clearly weren't going to pin Damian Priest, so I guess it was planned that way. Jey gave Balor a spear and a big Uso splash off the top, and the show ended with Jey posing with Andrade and Ricochet. Then Priest faced off with Jey to close the show, holding the World Championship up in the air, and they showed that shot of both of them together. Great. Monday Night Raw was very lackluster. The draft, though, was a lot better than it was on Friday. I love the moves. That Monday Night Raw made. Monday Night Raw is absolutely fucking stacked, and I love it. Absolutely fantastic. But that is your draft, guys. That is all we got for you. And I'm looking forward to when the rosters lock, how Monday Night Raw looks on Monday, how Friday looks on Monday, how we get these stories carrying over into the summer now. Should be interesting. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go out and check out last week's content, all on the homepage. If you missed anything, it's all there for you. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Hit that thumbs up. We need 24 more likes for 1,000 likes. We'd really appreciate it. Join me tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Titans, episode number 47. My guest co-host tomorrow night will be Ango of The Ango Show. We're going to bring the heat tomorrow night. We're going to bring the very controversial takes. Should be a banger. And then Wednesday, I announced the new permanent co-host of Tuesday Night Titans. I think you guys are going to be very excited about this one. I mean, this is like... Hologram, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, this is like King Kong, Godzilla-like. It's huge. It is unbelievable. I mean, it's Cloverfield-like. And no, it's not Denise. I'd rather chop my ears off live in front of all of you if it was fucking Denise. Anyway, join me tomorrow night. Ango will join me, and then Wednesday at noon, we will announce the new co-host on Tuesday Night Titans. And make sure you guys go check out my sponsor for tonight's show, Blue Chew, BlueChew.com, code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling to get your free sample. Bro, this is if you guys want to know how big the announcement is on Tuesday, it is absolutely Jim Myers. Is this the Mega Powers uniting? Bro, this is absolutely very similar to that. That's all I will say. Let's get into these super chats because I got some Destiny to play. Michael Krause with a $2 super chat. Good Monday, JD. How was your weekend, my friend? Boring. Very boring, Michael. My weekends are not very good. David with a new membership. David, thank you so much for becoming a new member here on Off the Script. MGM Ballin with a $4.99. They just Def Rebelled a rare Def Rebel banger. What happened to Gunther's solo theme? That was a rare W from them, and they ruined it. You know, I didn't really care for Gunther's Def Rebel theme. I want his old theme back. Honestly. MGM, thank you, brother. John 10 with a new membership. John, thank you for joining the VIP club, brother. Jamel Turney with a 199. This isn't a draft. It's a superstar shakeup. Eric Newton with a 28 months. Saw on Solomonster's channel that MJF had to have surgery and won't be back anytime soon. Can someone get Tony Khan a glass of shut the fuck up? Man, if there's anybody that needs to be back on television, ASAP, it is MJF. Michael, no, not Michael. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Drew Punk, only bright spot. Seth is sorely missed. Is he? I would say so. Thank you, Michelle. Easy with the 15 months. Hey, JD, this draft was definitely not game-changing, and the show was mid. Can't wait to hear your take on OTS for life. Thank you, Easy. Me and Angle will talk about the draft more tomorrow, for sure. Jake Ake with $5. What's good, JD? Great review. Great pitching duel going on in Seattle between my Mariners and your Braves. Yeah, I think the Braves lost, right? It's all right. It's all right. Tony Brown with a $5 super chat. Other than NXT call-ups, I saw nothing new, JD. I think Monday Night Raw definitely got the better end of the deal, Tony. Telewo Swayze with a 10 months in the venue. Thank you, brother. The WWE Draft was kind of subpar this year outside of a few picks tonight. Even the NFL Draft in my hometown, Detroit, this year was more exciting. Ian Taylor with a $10 super chat. I was at the show tonight. It was all right. Episode of Raw. The draft sucked. And also with a $5 super chat. Also, the Punk McIntyre segments were fantastic. Definitely my favorite part of the show. Absolutely. I mean, when you're talking about Punk and McIntyre, yes. Kyle with a 5. Dijak got drafted to Raw. Raw is so stacked now. I love that guy. I love Dijak. M. James with a $5 super chat. In my opinion, no one should be undrafted from the brand they were previously on. It creates a meh reaction when they're drafted to the show they already appear on. That is something to seriously take into consideration. But I guess they want to make everybody feel special, James. Edward with a $4.99. I'm not a Dom Mysterio fan, but even I felt bad for dirty Dominic Mysterio and the other names Teddy Long butchered. This draft needs to change. Yeah, I think he butchered Ilya Dragunov's name, too. Ben Callanan with a 1 month. Thank you, Ben. Hey, JD, the draft tonight was very mid, but always love seeing CM Punk on my TV. Also, 1 month with the OTS fam. Love your work. Thank you, Ben. Thank you for being here, brother. Lewis. The new co-host is not Chris Van Vliet. Shoban San with a $1.99. Wish Nakamura and Tozawa would have joined DMG Control. Damage Control. No. I think both of them would have been great on NXT. That's just me, though. TVP, thank you again, brother. Thoughts and prayers out to you for the $100 super chat. Thank you, man. Demeter Bullion Quint from Jaws is horny with a $7.99. This guy changes his name every fucking stream. Why Punky drafted after Damage Control, and where is Paul London and Billy Kidman? Mr. Mysterio isn't happy about it, and I grab his nippies, my bro. I don't know, man. Listen, Demeter, is Quint really horny? I mean, I don't know how he's worrying about that when he's got a fucking 30-foot great white chasing him. Bearded Beast with the $10 super chat. JD, I'm glad to be a part of the crew. Keep up the banger lives. I'm enjoying the Punk and Drew back and forth. Man, it's gonna cook this year. This summer, Drew and Punk are gonna cook. Dark Effect with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, is there anyone recently released you would like to see or call their match in Hog? Would you be okay calling a Jinder match? I would be okay calling a Jinder match. I would really love to call a Dolph Ziggler match or a Nick Nemeth match. I think Nick Nemeth is fucking great. Ian Taylor, David M., thank you guys for the $100 bombs earlier. A real legend, thank you for the $100 bomb. JC, hey JD, hope all is good in the venue. Going through some things. OTS makes it a little better. Love listening to your take on professional wrestling. Thank you, JC. Lauren with a 2. One of the worst drafts ever. Expected better. Sad emoji. I think Monday Night Raw next week is going to be a great show. I hope so. Angel Alaga with 24 months. He's got the golden microphone. Reached the 24-month milestone with the golden microphone with Simple, the GOAT of all wrestling podcasters. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Angel. Michael Krause with the $2 super chat. Last week was spiders. This week, flying bugs. LOL. I hate bugs, bro. I'm afraid of bees, too. Tay-Tay, thank you for the $100 super chat, brother. Desi TV for the 19 months. Hey, how's it going, JD? It's been a while since I've been in the venue. I had to see how you're doing, bro. The draft was not good, but I'm excited for the future. Monday Night Raw is going to cook, brother. The Joker's voice with a $5 super chat. Ilya, Gunther, Drew, Punk, Sheamus. Yes, please. Raw boosted its women's roster. OTS, best in the biz. Drinking Jameson. Damn good whiskey, Joker. Lauren with a 5. WWE Creative decides to keep you on the same brand. What's the point of having you drafted? Hopefully DIY get a push on SmackDown. Better roster? SmackDown or Raw? Raw definitely got the better end of the deal. David M., Jason Barker, and Angel Alaga. Thank you for the $100 super chats. Angel with the 125. Gentlemen, thank you. Hush with the $2 super chat. Lackluster draft, but my God, that Raw roster. It's fucking insane, bro. Sinister Classic with 19 months. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Not much of a draft, but I'm ready for the pay-per-view this weekend. MFJD, motherfucking JD, OTS for life. Thank you, Sinister. MGM Ballin. Thank you for the $99.99, brother. You can always be a part of the party, man. Always. Guys, the Beer Garden will be making a return Memorial Day weekend. Lauren with a $2 super chat. JD, did you ever find that spider? I don't know. I vacuumed in the room the next day, so I must have vacuumed him up somewhere. I didn't see him. Hollywood Guy with a $5 super chat. Did you ever find that spider that got away from you in your last stream? I did not see him physically, but I'm assuming he's in the vacuum because I know I vacuumed my room the next day very thoroughly. John Ortolaza with the $2 super chat. Hit up Jim Johnson for the TNT theme. Much love. Now, I really want Alter Bridge. This is war. Honestly. Lewis, thank you for the $100 super chat, brother. Good luck in Cuba. Whatever you're doing, have fun. Get home safe. RDT with a $10 super chat. Firstly, thank you for all you do. Met you a couple of times over the years. I'm inspired by you. I'm going to start work on the Wrestling Stand channel. I hope I do you proud. Cheers, Rob Trotter. Rob. Good luck with that, brother. It's not easy getting into content creation. It is never easy getting into content creation. Good luck with that, bro. ACW. All-Star Championship Wrestling, Ohio. What's up, JD? When will we see Mr. 9 to 5 back in a WWE 2K game? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm too busy grinding on Destiny, getting ready for the final shape. But thank you. Carlos. Can someone explain to me why Kairi Sane was drafted before CM Punk and Joaquin Wilde before Drew? This is bullshit. JD, do you prefer the draft lottery like they do before? I mean, I don't know how they can come up with something better. It's over now. It's over. Raw got a stacked roster. It's over. Let's look forward to what happens next week when the rosters lock. John Wick of Spider Hunters, Nate with a 21 months. Eric Rowan's Spider got in the venue on Friday. I heard Bruce wants JD and Nate TV versus Spooderman and a giant spider. We're coming and we're coming hard. Bro, I don't want to come hard with nobody, okay? I'm going to let you go that solo. Pause. Nathan Norland with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, this is my take on the draft. Wouldn't it be better to have the WWE Championships on Raw and then the Heavyweight Championships on SmackDown? How would we get to that point? I don't know, man. I don't think that's really an issue. One set of championships is going to be on one show, the other set on the other. I don't know why we need to switch them back and forth. Champions and championships are going to remain locked. I mean, that's probably the best change that they did in the draft this year. Jamel Turney with a 199. People are worried about Dom. Ludwig is a lucky man. Yes, Ludwig is lucky, yes. Demeter Bullion. Quint from Jaws is horny with a 299. He leaves me an eye emoji that says sneak peek. Bro, I don't want a sneak peek of anything. Riddick with 42 months. I know I don't hang in the chat much, but I'm always listening, brother. Listen, brother, as long as you're 42 months, man. I see you sitting in the VIP section. Lisa with a 5. JD was hoping we would get Sami, Gable, and Bronson at Backlash. 5 matches is kind of lackluster. Love your show as always. Keep killing it. Lisa, I know on paper it looks lackluster, but to me, 5 matches is more than enough. It's going to be a hot crowd. I want to be in and out early. Poppy Sensei with 6 months. I'm making a prediction on your new co-host. It's either Chris Van Vliet or Eric Bischoff. Either of them, and I'm marking the fuck out. I could tell you right now, it's not Chris and it's not Eric. And you're going to mark out no matter who it is. Because what I deliver is fucking great. Seriously, you guys are going to mark out about who the new co-host is. Hardcore, the Clan with a $2 super chat. Hey, JD, it's the Clan here from Ireland. What's up, brother? Love me, my fans over in Dublin. And Jamel with a 199. Drew and Rollins show you how to be professional. Yes. I love Drew. Anyway, guys, thank you for a great stream. Thank you for all of the super chat love tonight. We now look forward to a new era of Monday Night Raw, man. What a roster they got. Backlash is on Saturday, and I will be here to cover it all. Tomorrow night, Tuesday Night Titans, episode 47 with my guy Ango from the Ango Show. It's going to be a great show tomorrow night. Tune in 8:30 Eastern. And then Wednesday, I'll be live with Jesse, the AEW Dynamite post right here on Off the Script. Guys, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below and continue to turn on that bell for all notifications. And please follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Thank you for a great stream, guys. I will see you back live tomorrow night with Angle right here. TNT on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.